The Titanic, a name that meant luxury, opulence, and the pinnacle of human engineering. A ship that seemed too big to sink, a marvel of its time, a floating palace. She left Southampton on April 10, 1912. Little did anyone know fate had other plans, plans that would turn dreams into nightmares. The first few days were filled with excitement, laughter, and the thrill of adventure. Passengers enjoyed lavish meals, listened to music and walked the decks, marveling at the vast ocean, feeling invincible. But as the Titanic sailed further north, the air grew colder and the sea more ominous, hinting at the impending doom. The story of that fateful night unfolds like a tragic play, a series of unfortunate events. It's a story of human choices, of bravery and panic, of love and loss, of decisions made in the face of disaster. It's a story that, even after a century, refuses to be forgotten, a legacy etched in history, a reminder of human vulnerability. The afternoon of April 14th brought warnings. Other ships radioed about ice in the area. These messages reached the Titanic's bridge, but not all were relayed to Captain Smith. The Titanic continued at full speed, a sense of urgency to reach New York, pushing them forward. As evening fell, the temperature dropped dramatically. The ocean, calm and immense, offered no hint of the danger lurking beneath its surface. Passengers enjoyed a luxurious dinner, unaware of the icy terror that was closing in. At 11:40 p.m, a lookout in the crow's nest spotted it, a massive iceberg gleaming under the starry sky. "Iceberg right ahead," he shouted into the phone. The bridge received the message and frantic orders followed. The engines roared as they were thrown into reverse and the ship attempted to turn, but it was too late. The Titanic, with a sickening crunch, grazed the iceberg, tearing a long gash in its side. As the Titanic faced its darkest hours between midnight and 2:20 a.m, confusion reigned supreme. The once majestic ship was now a scene of utter pandemonium. The ship shuddered violently, turning the passengers' initial curiosity into a growing sense of dread. Every jolt and shiver of the vessel deepened their fear. The unthinkable was happening. The Titanic was sinking. The icy waters of the Atlantic began to claim the ship inch by inch. Amid the chaos, acts of courage shone brightly. People found strength in the face of despair, performing selfless deeds. The band played soothing tunes, calming the terrified passengers. Their music was a beacon of hope in the midst of the turmoil. Men stood back, allowing women and children to board the lifeboats first. Their gallantry was a testament to human dignity in the face of disaster. Meanwhile, the radio operators sent out desperate distress calls, hoping against hope for a rescue. Their relentless efforts were a lifeline to the outside world, a final plea for salvation. For 2 long hours, the Titanic slowly succumbed to the icy waters. The lights flickered and finally died as the bow slipped under. On deck, prayers were whispered and goodbyes exchanged. The band played on, their music a poignant soundtrack to the unfolding tragedy. Then, with a final agonizing roar, the Titanic broke in two and plunged into the icy depths. Over 1,500 souls went down with her, their screams swallowed by the cold night. The Carpathia arrived on the scene just before dawn, finding a sea littered with debris and lifeboats filled with shocked survivors. The sight was haunting, a stark reminder of the tragedy that had unfolded just hours before. The world reeled from the news. The unsinkable Titanic was gone. Newspapers around the globe carried the shocking headlines, and people everywhere were stunned by the enormity of the disaster. The sinking of the Titanic remains a potent symbol of human hubris and the awesome power of nature. It serves as a cautionary tale about the limits of human ingenuity and the unpredictable forces of the natural world. It compels us to reflect on our mortality and the importance of courage, sacrifice, and hope in the face of tragedy. The stories of bravery and selflessness that emerged from that fateful night continue to inspire us. The story of the Titanic, though tragic, reminds us that even in the darkest of times, the human spirit can endure. It is a testament to the resilience and strength that lies within us all, a memory that lingers in our collective consciousness.